Are the cipher poles good or bad? Since remember, we saw in Wano they were dealing with Orochi and buying weapons. Isn't that a bad thing for the cipher poles who are trying to protect the world government and everyone? Isn't it bad for like you not protecting people? But then, but then you have to look into something else. You gotta look into the world of spies in the reality because they're basically a spy agency. When you look in the world of spies today, for example, the American CIA and the Pakistani ISI. These are one of the biggest, best spy agencies. Now, what they have said, like what ISI and the CIA have said, that they are very mistrustful of each other. They're mistrustful of every other spy agency because what they're trying to do, they're trying to protect the nation's best interest. They're not trying to do it for world peace or anything. No, they're doing it for their own country. They don't give a damn about the country. That's why the CIA has overthrown a bunch of democracies in South America because they don't care. They only care about the protection of the United States, right? So the ISI and the CIA have been lying to each other for years with this alliance, and they've all been lying to each other. Why are they doing it? They're trying to protect the country, right? A lot of times, for example, the former head of the ISI, not Doctor, General Hamid Gul, said that what they're trying to do, what they know what they're doing, okay, and what they're doing is trying to protect the country, right? And because Pakistan especially has had a terrible democracy, because the civilian governments have always been cut. But he's saying that if you go to a certain place, right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna disperse them, and then they're gonna attack Pakistani people, right? And that's gonna be bad for Pakistan. So you gotta not do that, right? But then the CIA might or tell the U.S. government, tell the Pakistan government to do that, right? And now there's a conflict here, and then the Pakistan government, what they want is something else from what the ISI wants. Now we will take that back into the world of world government. World government is only one, right? One entity. So one entity. So now the cipher poles, right? Now they don't have a conflict of interest. All the only conflict of interest they have is with the revolutionary army. The revolutionary army is trying to take over from the world government, right? So basically, it's a militia. Basically, best example would be like Nazi Germany, like the French Revolution. Like the French people are trying to take back control of the country, be a guerrilla wars and stuff like that. Now, we could say that the world government specifically has no opposition in terms like a severe opposition, a big opposition, but they still do. Now, in the world of spies, what they're doing, they have ties with the drug lords. We know for a fact that Cipher Pol and the world government have backroom channel talks with all the four young. Definitely do, because remember Shanks came in the reverie. He came to talk to them. Like really, he came. I thought they hated the pirates, but on the face they do. The Navy side they hate them, right? They have show that, but they know. They definitely know. In order for the world to be in relative peace, they need the Yonko to uphold one side and for them to uphold the other. If one side gives the other way, there's gonna be chaos, total chaos. And even the five elders said that they cannot maintain the world peace forever, but they'll try to do it in any way they see. And when I see that, I believe what what they mean by that is that they'll go to any end. That's why they have buster calls to any end. They need soldiers like Akainu. That's why they like prefer Akainu, because he will do whatever it takes to maintain the world peace, and that's why Akainu said he's not going to go to Wano, because it does have nothing to do with the world government and not peace. The world government is not out there to protect people. It's not there for. But remember, in Tequila Wolf, what they're doing to the people that didn't join the world government, they're basically making them into slaves because they didn't join the world government. The world government doesn't give a damn. Akainu only wants to care about the world government and the peace of the world that's part of the world government. Right? He doesn't care about anything else. That's why he's there. No, that's why now why is Cipher Pol in one? Because in Cipher they can buy weapons so that they can use for the world government and help the world government maintain its current status quota, right? And that's what simply all the spy agencies in the world today are doing, right? And it can be a big conflict. Big conflicts happen. But we don't know when they happen, because remember, a lot of times we don't know what's happening. If, for example, the White Century, right? In the White Century, we don't know what happened, right? For example, if Nazi Germany won, if Hitler won the World War II, maybe the 20th century would be the White Century for us. We wouldn't know what happened, because if we knew that so many people, innocent people, were burnt like acid, well, I don't know what the best term to say it is, but you know what happened to them, right? To Jews. So now, because remember, not Hitler's dad was a Jew himself. I mean, that's just weird, right? Why is I thought he was your enemy? No, not really. He's just doing it probably for political reasons. And they're not have nothing to do with anything else. It's just political. He just wants control. Now, if he has control now in the 21st century, if you have no idea what happened in the 20th century, we all think Hitler's probably like a great hero or some other stupid lie, right? And it's a lot of lies, and it's just to maintain status quo. Now, 800 years later, in now, now find out all they have thought was good or safe and stuff like that is actually the bad. Right? They're terrible people, and then the Marines themselves were revolt against the world government because everyone that joins the Marines are doing because of justice now. A kind of someone that owns absolute justice. If he finds out what the world government did, right, he would oppose it, right? Or no, he might want the status quo. He might do. That's why he wants to keep the status quo because he knows that if he goes against this chaos, right, what will happen? Chaos will ensue, and the world will go into turmoil, and a lot of people that he doesn't want that. Like he's not a terrible person. Like what he wants to do is maintain the peace, even though it's extreme, and I don't agree with everything he does. He is there just to keep the peace, and I think what we need to do is understand this. We gotta learn about history, though. The best thing I think for you guys to do at get home right now, talk about learning about Nazi history, Nazi Germany's history, understand how it's world government, and you know what, I'll probably do more videos on this. I think this is a good topic I can talk about, world history and the world government, the parallels of history and One Piece world. Now, we can also look at other different things. A lot of times bad things about people have been covered up by history. For example, I don't like to say this, but this is true, but Gandhi would which everyone liked because he was a very good freedom fighter Indian. I really like that for him. But there's bad things about him too. He's just really weird ones, like completely weird. For example, in the bathhouse, right? So he used to have this what do you call it? Say, training ground for people. Come here, I'll train you, like Dale Carnegie or whatever. Now, basically, he would get young men and women, and they'd be naked in this stupid shower and in this, like, what do you call it? I don't know, bathhouse or whatever you could say, and they were instructed not to look at it. I'm like, what the hell are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? Make them, like, I don't know, blind them or something? Make them like something not there? They're not, right? Something like that. And second one was that one time, I told my teacher, what, Gandhi used to sleep with his granddaughters and two granddaughters, and then he's like, it's probably part of the. I'm like, no. No. That is not part of our culture. No. Whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, whatever, right? I'm from Pakistan, but Indian subcontinent, no one does that. I'm saying no one other than Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, no one does this. So it was pretty weird. Like, and a lot of times people don't know. Gandhi was killed by very extreme Hindus who wanted India to become Hindutva, meaning that he wanted India to become a Hindu nationalist country where Hindu was the official language, even though India is secular, right? For them, Pakistan is a Muslim country, India is a secular country. All they wanted was, because India was majority, like 90% Hindu, they wanted, 85, let's go 85%. I wanted it to become a Hindu country because Hindu majority. But Gandhi didn't want that because there were still a lot of Muslims in that country. Because India is about 1.3 billion people, right? Muslims constitute 185 million of that. 185. That's a huge population. There are more Muslims in India than most of Muslim countries in the world. India has probably the fourth. It probably has the third largest Muslim population after Indonesia and Pakistan. It has the third largest Muslim population. So you'd be like, nah, it's not so terrible. Like, it's gonna, because then that's gonna be bad for Indian Muslims. Even though today it's been bad for Indian Muslims, since Indian Muslims are always said, oh, you're Pakistan. I know, I feel bad for them. I mean, like, what the hell, man? You're not Pakistan. You're from India. You should be Indian. You shouldn't be called a Pakistani just because you're Muslim. You're an Indian there, right? All these different things that happen in the world, we gotta understand that. For example, but that's a good thing, in terms of what the world government in One Piece world. For example, the D that are living right now, they're not constantly called evil or devils, right? And even though they're like, oh, but they're not discriminatory towards them. They're like, we see them as very good allies, as assets. We're not gonna, just go in there and just kill them or whatever, right? Not because there's so few of them, and they're very powerful. That's why Garp is part of the military, right? And he's not discriminated against. And you know what? Thank you very much for listening to my. I don't know. It's been a long minute. I really liked today's video because I was talking. I really got a good idea. And now we will end this video. I hope you liked it. I really like talking about this, and I hope you watch my other videos. Please like, subscribe. Please subscribe. I really want to. I really would like to for you to subscribe. Please drink your medicine. Drink it. You'll get sick. Or actually, no.